strong, yeah, I've been moving mountains. Circle tight and ain't no way around it.
History is repeating itself for me. If you don't believe, you're not a firm believer in history repeating itself, I'm sorry. Like, this is real. Like, history repeated itself. Literally. I lost weight in 2014, drastic weight loss. The way I did it probably wasn't the healthiest way. I was taking care of my body, but I was obsessed with it. You can't get obsessed with stuff. I was obsessed with working out. I was obsessed with weight loss. I was obsessed with my body. I wanted my body to be a certain way. I was obsessed with it. And obsession, it's good to really like something, really love something, have passion, but to be obsessed with something, which I just got off the phone with my aunt, literally, we talked about this. She said it's not good to be obsessed with something. That's major facts. It's not good to be obsessed with something. I'm sorry, y'all. While I'm on here with y'all, I'm just recognizing even more stuff. I love it. I love all of this, but yeah, so that happened to me. I had that experience, and I basically had the same experience when I was in the hospital this time. It's like when I was laying on that bed, I don't remember. I won't lie to you and say I remember, because I got on medicine back in November or October. I got on medicine. October. I got really low, started feeling really defeated because I couldn't do the things I wanted to do. Like, I had triggered generalized anxiety disorder, and I think me smoking last summer I started smoking in like June, July. That substance abuse, I wasn't supposed to be doing that. Like, feeling like I had to smoke almost every day, but I wouldn't, not like a blunt, it wasn't even a blunt a day, or it would be like up to a blunt a day, right? I'm not saying I was like going crazy with it, but I started to feel like that's what I needed, or like that, not what I needed, but like, I started getting like I had like almost like addicted. That's what I say, like addicted to it. And I didn't want to be like that. Like, that's not, my mom, she struggled with addiction. Not anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's good now. She's been around now ever since I got pregnant with my daughter. She's been back in our life. And that she came back into our life, and she stayed back in our life. She was in and out of our life a lot. We struggle with mental indifferences and just being on drug and alcohol, back and forth, in and out of prison. So my dad took care of me ever since I was 3. Well, she took care of me in the beginning. Her and the help of other people, they helped take care of me. And then when my dad got out of prison at 3, when I was 3, he got me. I was just like off the chain. Like, I was just off the chain. Like, my behavior was off the chain. I was throwing fits in the store, and just like, I needed some sternness. Like, I needed that. You need your father. And it wasn't my dad's father. He wasn't in my life. He's not that type of father. My dad was doing things to provide for his family, and he was getting quick money, fast money, because he had a lot of kids at an early age, and he was trying to provide, and he was trying to help his mom, and he was trying to do all these things. And that didn't make him a bad guy. He was just trying to make fast money. And that's not the way that we should go. I know you get put in like certain situations where you're like, oh, I need the money, I need to do this, I need to do that. But you pray, and it helps. And I mean, everything happens for a reason. I said this, everything happens for a reason. All of that happened for me to be able to tell my testimony right now. You know what I mean? Like, we're not taking back anything that happened. We're not wishing, oh, this didn't happen. Don't sit in like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Oh, I wish this wouldn't happen. I wish that wouldn't happen. Like, don't sit in that. It's all a part of your process. It's all a part of your testimony of who you are. Oh, I'm everywhere. I'm literally everywhere right now. Like, this is how I be though, y'all. I be boom, 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 boom. Okay? But Yeah, my dad got me back. When he got out of prison, he didn't do that stuff no more. You do something, you learn your lesson. Things happen. You have to learn your lesson. He didn't do that no more. He started his lawn care business and he still does lawn care to this day. That's like his legacy. That's what's helped provide for me and his kids. And 5. So there's 6 of us, right? Okay, so I have 7 brothers and sisters. Oh my God, that's a lot of us. I love y'all. But anyways, my dad got me when I was 3, and he broke all whatever was in me, I guess, out of me, right? You know, like, it's hard. I don't put any blame on anybody for it's hard when you're dealing with stuff and you got a lot going on. Sometimes it's hard to take care of your kids. You know what I mean? It gets hard. I've even struggled with spoiling my daughter too much. You know what I mean? I'm having to now like break that out of her. Like, okay, I gotta stop spoiling her as much and just like, you know what I mean? Be a better parent. And not to say I wasn't a good parent before. I was a great parent. But you can always do better. There's nothing wrong with bettering yourself. There's nothing wrong with bettering yourself. We're all gonna break the generational curse. We just have to listen. We just have to, if you get that feeling of, I'm not supposed to do that. That's not what I'm supposed to do. Listen. If you get that intuition like, oh, this is about to happen. I feel like that's God, because I used to say the power of the tongue. I used to say like in my head, like, oh, what if my tire went flat? And then it would literally go flat, like within like seconds. Or one time I was with a friend and I was like, what if the boy that you're waiting on, she's about to meet up with a boy. And I was like, what if he's right outside the elevator, right? And he was right outside the elevator. Like I spoke it up. Or like, I don't know. Like I used to think I was psychic. And this whole time I think it was God talking to me. That's what I feel. We're all entitled to our own opinions, and I'm not trying to force anything on anybody or make anybody believe what I believe, but this is what I believe. And when I tell you that it is real for me, it's real. It's happening. We just got to break the curse. But what I was telling y'all, everything history is repeating itself. History is repeating itself for me right now. Back in 2014, so much stuff happened to me. Like, I chipped my tooth on an Absolute bottle, right? When I went into the hospital, y'all, and I almost lost my life, I was trying to run out the hospital. I don't know why. I thought that somebody told me, like break through. Like, if somebody tells you to do something, run or something like that. But I ended up getting Baker acted, and they treated me so bad in there. And then when I called to do a complaint, they act like everything they did was valid, and that was just my perception. When I know that I wasn't wrong, and they did treat us bad in there. And I had people that were with me that said that they treated us bad in there. So I know they treated us bad. Like, I'm not... People try to make us feel with mental indifferences, or what we used to call mental illness. They like to make us think that we're crazy. We're not crazy. We're all gifted, but we're some of the most gifted people in this world. We are. So we just have to use our gifts that God gave us that might be seeming like a struggle at one point. We need to take that and use that. Because those times where it gets so hard and it seems like you want to give up, write down some ideas. That's what I did. I wrote down YouTube ideas. I researched YouTube because that's what I feel like. I feel like YouTube is my passion. I feel like I just want to wake up and do YouTube all day long. Like, if I could just wake up and do YouTube, I said that to myself last year. I said, I wish I could just wake up and just do YouTube. Like, that's what I want to do. I just want to do YouTube. That's all. Like, I am so happy. I feel like I was floating my whole life. I never knew what my thing was. I found tag, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love tag. Like, this is my thing, which is crazy because I'm so shy, and I was so scared to get on there. My sister introduced me to tag. And I was so scared to get on there, but once I got on there, it helped me open up my shell, and everything happens for a reason. Because that gave me a little bit more guidance to do what I'm doing now. Like, it gave me that comfortability, and I wasn't shy to talk to people online, but like I said, I was still shy to talk to people in real life. I remember my therapist was like, hey, we should do in October, when I finally did get help. After I went to multiple places that made me feel like I was crazy and I didn't know what I was talking about. I went into the hospital, the ER, and I took suicide, anxiety, and depression. I wasn't suicidal, but I definitely felt like anxiety, and I definitely felt like depression. I was crying nonstop. I was going through that manic episode, and they didn't want to help me. I left out of that hospital screaming and crying and at the top of my lungs. And nobody stopped me but one lady. She said, are you okay? And I said, they make you feel like you're lying, or like what you feel isn't real. That's what they make you feel like. And H2O, y'all. Gallon of water a day, okay? But they want you to feel like the stuff that you're saying is invalid, and it is. It's very much so valid. Don't let anybody make you feel that way. If you feel like you're feeling something, talk to someone. Talk to somebody about it, because it will help. My dad was one of the people that helped me realize that I was going through something called a manic episode. Like, I didn't even know. I explained everything to him. He was like, that sounds like this. Your brother used to go through some stuff like that sometimes. But yeah, I was talking about how at the hospital, they were making me feel like a certain way. And they made me feel like I was lesser than. And you just shouldn't let anybody make you feel that way. If you know your body more than anybody else. My heart rate was at a resting 100. And they made me feel like I was on like crack or drugs or I don't know, something. And it's just like, that wasn't the case. Like, I did, like I said, I was smoking weed and stuff, but there was weed in my system. When they came back with the results, there was nothing but weed in my system. And I hadn't smoked that week at all. I knew something was wrong. I wasn't going to let them people make me just turn around and go home and just da-da-da-da. So I went to another place, and they turned me around. They told me to go somewhere else. And I met someone named Delilah, and Delilah made me feel whole. She made me feel like everything that I was going through was real. She was like, it's gonna be okay. I have chills right now. She's like, it's gonna be okay. Like, what's your feelings real? She did breathing exercises with me. She was there for me. And that was a moment, I have chills right now, that I will not ever forget. Because she's the person who listened to me. Let me get my phone and let me tell you what I wrote. This is when I was going through a manic episode. Let me tell y'all about the manic episode. Friday, I ran 4 miles. Okay, so you can do anything you set your heart to, don't get me wrong. But the fact that I hadn't ran 4 miles in a long time, and I started running again in 2014. I started running again last year. And that's why I say history is repeating itself for me. I tried to run out of the hospital and break through because that's what I felt like I was supposed to do. I chipped my tooth again in the same spot I chipped it before. Look. The exact same spot. And I'm not going to fix it. I'm going to keep it like that because this is my testimony. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Friday, I ran 4 miles. I was so excited about jogging and not stopping. And this is October 7th. I was so excited about jogging and not stopping for 1.5 miles and having the best mile time I've had yet. I jogged I jogged. I used the guided run. The guided Nike app, Nike Run Club app. If y'all want to get into jogging, it helps. Like, jogging, I love the jog. And I did a guided jog on there, and it helped because he talks to you. He coaches you. We just need guidance. And that's in life in general. It's okay to get help. I used to be the person that didn't want to ask for help. So independent, I can do it on my own. It's okay to get help. Don't feel bad about help, y'all. Help is okay. I was so excited. I've also bought an iPad and signed up for a new apartment in the very moment. And I did that because I felt like I could. I signed up for an apartment when I knew, like, my money wasn't coming in like it was coming in before. And I bought an iPad that I'm not even using right now and I need to start using. But sometimes you do that in the manic episodes, impulse buys, things like that. I stayed up all night Friday night until 6 a.m. and I slept until 8 a.m. Saturday, I went to bed at 5 a.m. and I woke up at 8 a.m. This was my first manic episode. I wrote it down and I knew I wrote it down for a reason. I didn't know I was going to do this video, y'all. I knew I wanted to possibly talk about mental illness on my channel one day, but when I was reborn, God gave me the confidence and the courage to just do it. He said people are dying today. You can help somebody today. Today. I stayed up all night. I went to bed at 5 a.m. I woke up at 8 a.m. Sunday, I didn't even sleep. I was up all night and all day. Monday, I started to notice I had the urge to clean. I don't even like to clean. You know what I'm saying? I'd be work, grind. That's how I used to be. Grind, work. Like, feeling like I don't got time. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm running out of time. We're not running out of time. We got time. I had the urge to clean. I don't even like to clean, but I kept pacing and getting distracted. I was pacing a lot. Pacing means running, not running thoughts. Pacing means, your mind is racing thoughts. It took me all day to finally get my daughter's room done in the living room. I was having trouble responding to my friends, overthinking, overanalyzing every little thing, taking me 10 minutes to text back. It never takes me that long. I always know what I want to say right away. Because that's just how I am. Like, I be knowing what I want to say because that's just how I always been. The whole weekend, I was overanalyzing and over-explaining myself. Monday, my daughter had an appointment with Kelly at an appointment place. She had a doctor's appointment for her stuff that she goes through. I feel like I kept running in circles with my words. I feel like she could definitely sense something was up with me. I just was so emotional. I had a breakdown last Friday with Ava in her school. The school was causing me a lot of stress, and that was one of my triggers. People making me feel like I wasn't doing good as a parent when I was struggling with a daughter that dealt with ADHD. And amongst maybe possibly other things that we're in the works of getting checked out. You know what I'm saying? And it's like dealing with somebody that goes through stuff like that it's harder. All right, back to what I was saying. I was like, she could definitely tell. I just was so emotional. I had a breakdown last Friday with Ava in her school. And I was talking to my dad, and I just feel like I want to give up. Not kill myself. I just give up because it was like a weird feeling. I noticed something was up. It took me a hard time to go to sleep Monday night. I finally slept a couple of hours. I woke up on Tuesday, and I knew something was up. That's when I knew I wanted to go see someone, but when I talked to my dad about it, it seemed like it might be a manic episode. And if I got some sleep, it might suppress some of the symptoms. I'm dealing with the loss of appetite as well. I really haven't ate much over the last 5 or 6 days. Just can't eat everything. Just does not taste the same. It does not taste good like it used to. I love to eat. I'm usually a binge eater. I've dealt with binge eating before. I don't know if y'all know what binge eating is. That's when you sit down and you just eat like a lot at once. Like, you're not even hungry, you're just eating for the taste at that point. I like to eat. I'm usually a binge eater. I love the food. I used to think I had a food addiction at one point, and I might, who knows? But the fact that I can't even eat is a big deal. You know your body. After getting sleep over the next couple of days here and there, when I could, I had to take a Tylenol PM just to fall asleep. Otherwise, I would just stay there with my eyes wide open, my mind racing. And I'm not saying Tylenol PM, like, to use that as like a source. But if you seem like you're going through something like this, I'm not saying it's right or this is the way to go. Before in the past, this is what I did before. I was taking the Tylenol PM to help me find sleep before. But now it's like, if I just pray about it and I ask God, like, God, please clear my conscience and allow me to clear all my thoughts. Allow me to have nothing but positive thoughts, please, God. Just pray, like allow me to find sleep. It literally works. That's for me. Like I said, everybody is different, but I believe if you truly pray and you talk to God all the time, not just in times of need, then things will be good. You know what I mean? That's just my experience. I checked in with symptoms of depression, anxiety, also shortness of breath. I had my paperwork checked in. These people made me feel like I was crazy. They made me feel like I did not know what I was feeling. They chopped it up to anxiety. They gave me one anxiety pill and sent me on my way. After spending 3.5 hours, I asked to leave so I can get the correct help, and I got sent on my way. Even with me screaming and crying hysterically out of the hospital in the hallway, nobody stopped me along the way. Nobody cared what I was going through. There was only one lady in the parking lot that tried to help. But even then, she told me to breathe. I've been breathing. It really sucks to feel like nobody understands you. But I understand what she was saying now, and I think back on it. She just didn't want me to freak out and have a panic attack. Because I struggle with panic attacks. Like, after I had the manic episode, my heart rate, it didn't go down. And I was struggling with panic attack, which I haven't had a panic attack since October. I've had one feeling like it's coming on before, but I know how to control it now. You just have to find your coping mechanisms. Coping mechanisms and praying, it's helped me, and just speaking positive thoughts. Like, I really believe now more than ever. Before, I didn't really believe the power. Well, it's not that I didn't believe, but I just didn't know the power of the tongue was like a real thing. And it was, like it is, So I try to speak positive thoughts now more than ever, and I just try to do better. You know what I mean? I would talk about my struggles and mental illness. It felt like sometimes when I would talk to certain people, they would just chop it up to, like, that's a coincidence. The same thing they did at the hospital. Like, oh, everybody goes through that. Or that's normal. And it's like, everybody goes through stuff. But can we just identify the real? Can we do that? Can we identify that this is a real thing and it's going to be okay that I have this stuff, but I just need to know how to cope with it. I need to know how to do research on this. I need to know what to find or what to look for when I'm going through what I'm going through, if that makes sense. It's nothing wrong with having a mental indifference. We just want to know how to handle it. That's it. Like, I would try to make myself feel this way. I never feel this low for this long. I love to work out. I love to go live. I love all those things, and I can't do them because I can't remember the last time that I smiled, a real smile, a genuine smile. This is how I felt in the moment. I don't feel like this now, y'all. This is how I felt back in October. You know what I'm saying? This is what I had to go through to get where I am today, where I'm happy and I'm thriving and I'm doing everything that I wanted to do. Like, it's happening. I wanted to talk about this so I can save people. And I really just hope that this helps somebody today. Like, realize that you're not alone. Like, people go through the same thing you go through, but it's going to be okay. The only time I felt safe was when I was with Delilah. How nice that the community center was to me, and how they said that I really had a problem and they wanted to help me. Identifying the problem. We have to identify the problem, or we have to identify what's going on with us so we can know how to cope with it. That's what I said. They are the best. Tuesday, I have an appointment. We will go from there. I'm still not the happiest. I'm still thinking negative. I'm still crying, so emotional. But Delilah told me that right now, I'm only stuck and I have to see over. I'm just trying to get back to me and leave the manic side. She told me I was in a phase where I was stuck in between. Like, I felt like I was a different person. I kept saying, I feel different. I'm not the same person anymore. That's how it felt. I was like stuck in between reality and what I had just went through. And I had to cross back over. So sometimes you still find yourself in that state. And I wish then I would have prayed to God and asked God for help, but I was lost. And now I'm found. Isn't that a song? I'm just having a hard time getting back. So right now I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to start logging everything that I feel. And when I feel it, because I want to make this a book for people like me who feel like you are misunderstood. People who feel like they are crying out for help and cannot help even though you are trying your hardest. This book is for you. It's not a book, it's just me instead. I used to write fan fiction in 2014. History is repeating itself. In college, I wrote fan fiction and people loved it. And my passion, I loved writing. I loved it. But it's like now I just rather talk it. It's just still a form of getting the message across, but I'm just doing it this way instead of typing it, right? This book is for you. You are not alone. Everything you feel is real and everything you feel is valid. Don't let anyone talk you out of how you feel in the moment. It's okay for people to speak positive and try to help you to get to a better place. That's okay. But for them to try to tell you what you're feeling may not be what you're feeling is not okay. Don't let nobody tell you, girl, that's normal. Girl, that ain't nothing. Don't let nobody tell you that your feelings and what you're feeling isn't real. Always go with your gut. The feelings that I feel, I believe to be a manic episode. Delilah told me it seems like I know my body and it seems like I might be right. Delilah understood me. Delilah made me feel real. Delilah made me feel like everything will be okay and this will eventually end. You just have to find you a Delilah. And I hope that I can be somebody's Delilah today. Like, I wrote this. You just have to find you. This was the first professional who made me feel like I was not crazy. And all of this, the only people that have been supporting me. Multiple people save you in life. Multiple people save you in life. God saves you, but every person that was there for you during your hard time, they helped save you too. Because when you felt like you didn't want to be here, they were there to hold your hand and tell you everything's going to be okay. You're going to get through this and you got this. And I feel like sometimes God knows we're going through something. He sends somebody our way to deliver the message for him. These people are good people. They were placed in our life for a reason. My heart rate is out of this world. Just folding up a cover, I'm at 150. That's where my heart rate is at a jog. That's how I knew something was up. I have my Apple Watch. And it has the heart rate monitor on it. So if you ever feel like something's going on, use your Apple Watch or any heart rate monitor you have. I also like to use this for workouts, to track my workouts. But it has a heart rate on there so you can see what your heart rate is. Don't freak yourself out about it. Don't overthink it. But know that it is a tool to use to know if anything's going on instead of having to go right away to the doctor, right? I think that's all I have for there. But I'm going to tell you guys about my therapist and about how therapy really helps. My therapist, he's awesome. I feel like he was placed in my life for a reason. Like, his name is Frankie, and he helped me so much. He helped me so much. He helped me realize a lot. He's been there for me. I mean, it's like we're the same person almost, like, but he's not obviously the same person as me, but we have so much in common. Like, find somebody that's for you, somebody that makes you light up, how I just got so lit up. And I will never leave Frankie. Frankie is here to stay forever, as long as he's a therapist. You know what I mean? I'm gonna always go to him. Find you somebody, do your research. If somebody makes you feel uncomfortable or they make you feel like they're not for you, because I had that too. They try to switch my therapist and they gave me someone else, and there's nothing wrong with her, but she just wasn't for me. And I told them, no, like, I don't feel comfortable. Like, this isn't for me. You know, like, I want to speak to somebody else. I want to speak back to Frankie, and they let me talk to Frankie again, so that was nice. And we've been hitting off ever since October. All right, y'all. That's a long video. I'm not done telling you guys about what I have to say. Like I said, it's going to be a whole mental health series on here. So I'm not done telling my story. I'm not done telling my testimony. That's just part of it. I'm going to eat me some lunch because we need to nourish our bodies. So I need to heat me up some food real quick. Make sure y'all go ahead, hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. We got to make sure we are liking the videos, sharing the videos if you can. We can help somebody today. If we share this video to Facebook, to Twitter, to Instagram, think of all the lives that we could help. This isn't about me. This is about saving lives. I truly want to do that. Like, it's about my testimony, but I'm just trying to save people. That's all I want to do. That's all I'm going to do. Like, we're all going to do it together. Together we are. But drink your water, share the video. But yeah, let me close the video out. I love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, because you know the vibes. Okay.
Shorty's mad, I got him pouting, but I don't really care nothing about it, I do this shit, nah, I ain't new to this.